Hey, thanks for clicking on my video. If this video helps you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. It is greatly appreciated and it really helps. Let's get to the video. Have you ever looked at a series and you think, wow, this is going to take me forever to find the sum of this? Well, hopefully it's one of these three special series formulas, and we have a shortcut, a formula that we can remember in order to help make our job a whole lot easier in finding the sum. So we're going to look at three special series formulas today. The first one is the sum of n terms of 1. So it would look like where we have an upper limit of n, or whatever the number is for n there. Our lower limit is 1, and our rule is just 1. And so in this case, we're just going to be adding 1 for n number of times. So our solution, or our sum of the series, would just be n. Okay, whatever our upper limit is, that's going to be the answer to the series. Okay, so the next one is called the sum of the first n positive integers. So here is where we have our upper limit again. Our lower limit is 1, but now this time our rule is just I. So this would be like 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, so on and so forth, all the way until we get to our upper limit of n, right? So for example, if n was 5, it would just be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. So the shortcut, the formula, is n times n plus 1, and then we divide that by 2. So if we plug in n there, we multiply n by n plus 1 and then divide that by 2, we will find the sum of the special series. And the last one is the sum of squares of the first n positive integers. And so in this case, now our rule is I squared. And so upper limit n, lower limit 1. And so now we would use this formula, n times n plus 1 times 2n plus 1. And then we would divide that by 6. Okay? So in this video, we're going to look at one example for each of these special series formulas. So for example number 1, notice we have n is 22, or our upper index is 22, our lower index is 1, and our rule is just 1. So this would be an example of our sum of n terms of 1. So what this would look like is we would just have 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 22 times. So the sum of this series would just be whatever our value of our upper limit is. In this case, it would be 22. Okay? All right, number 2, we have an upper limit of 9, a lower limit of 1, and our rule is just I. So now this would be an example of our sum of first n positive integers. And so we can use the formula that we have right here. So n is our upper limit, so we're going to do 9 times 9 plus 1, and we're going to divide that by 2. So now we can come down, we do 9 times 10 divided by 2. That would be 90 over 2, so the sum of our series would be 45. And for number 3, we have an upper limit of 15, a lower limit of 1, and now we have n squared as our rule. And so this would be our sum of squares of our first n positive integers. And so now we can use the formula that we see in the box at the right. So n is 15, so 15 times 15 plus 1 times 2 times 15 plus 1, and we're going to divide that by 6. Okay? All right, so now we can simplify. We have 15 times 16, and 2 times 15 would be 30, 30 plus 1 would be 31, and we divide that by 6. Okay? So now we can do 15 times 16 times 31, and that's going to give me 7,440, and we're going to divide this by 6. And we get 1,240 for the sum of the series on number 3. Okay, so that's how we can use 3 special series in order to help us find the sum in summation notation.